made up my mind. My costume will take the first prize in the artist ball. I spent all morning in the marketplace looking at cloths, silks, brocades, everything. Then I found this marvelous little stall tucked away in a corner of the Via Montebello. I almost went insane trying to choose between an orange velour or a purple brocade. Of course, I could sew purple baguettes across the orange velour, or orange baguettes across the purple brocade. What would you like, Marco? After all, you are taking me, and you do have a fair sense of colour. Marco? Marco!
Will you keep quiet?
But I'm having trouble with my costume.
And I'm having trouble with your mouth.
Indeed. After all, the artist ball is only a week away from Saturday, and it hardly gives me any time.
Will you stop talking and keep still? Now stop moving about.
I won't be treated in this way. I'm your model, not your slave.
You'd better thank your lucky stars you're not my slave. Slave? You don't even know the meaning of the word. You haven't the faintest idea what slavery is.
Slave! Get out! Make way for the slave!
Ah, Sanjo. Did you bring my jar of red pigment? I said, did you bring my red pigment?
Oh, yes.
I don't know what's the matter with everyone today. One of you can't keep her mouth closed, and now you...
Can't keep my mouth closed. This is a free city.
It is not.
Well, what's the matter with you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just saw DeSantis' latest cargo of captured flesh being herded into the marketplace. It was a horrible sight.
DeSanti, that repulsive slave dealer. Slavery, right here in Florence, in a city that prides itself on...
Talk. Abolish this, abolish that. Down with this, down with that. You blow a perpetual stream of hot air, yet what do you do about it?
Is that so?
Yes, that is so.
All right, then. I'll show you what I'm going to do about it. And you can rest.
Marco! Marco! Marco, wait for me! Marco! Marco!
How much? 50 ducats. I'll take her.
And you've got a bargain, sir.
Get back, you. Hey!
All right, let's have the next one.
Don't push.
15 ducats. Stand back there and let them all see.
Marco, there's nothing you can do alone.
Marco! We better get back to the studio.
Citizens of Florence, here before you stands a special item to be sold by private arrangement. A Turkish princess captured by raiders from a ship sailing for Constantinople.
We'll
Before
lose the light.
such a slave.
She's magnificent.
But before I let this unique prize go, it is only right that other citizens of this fair city should have the opportunity to feast their eyes on this rare treasure. Look up. I said look up.
What good will the merchandise be if it is damaged?
Damaged? Who do you think you are?
Such a work of art deserves to be handled delicately.
Work of art. You talk like an artist, not a customer.
Oh, I'm too poor to be a customer. Therefore, I am indeed an artist.
You see, this painter calls her a work of art. And painters are great judges of beauty. Someday, paint a creature as beautiful as Saphir, and you'll retire on the proceeds.
Master DeSanti, it would be an honor to immortalize these features on canvas.
You see, she is a prize, a prize.
Where are you taking her?
There is a good crowd of prospective customers at Nicolo's who also deserve a look at Saphir.
Let's see his teeth.
Marco, mine are the features you're supposed to be immortalizing on canvas.
Yes, Angelica. Yes, you're right.
You come dashing into the marketplace, talking about slavery, and what you do? Nothing. Talk, just as I said.
Angelica, shall I tell you something? I'm hungry.
We can all do with something to eat. Let's go back to the studio.
Thank you, Sandra. You can take her back. I want to go to Nicolo's.
Why can't we all go to Nicolo's?
Because I choose to dine in seclusion. With your permission.
Well, of all the... This is the last insult I take from Marco Del Monte.
Oh, no, Angelica. Where are you going?
I've made up my mind to buy the purple brocade.
What, you again?
She draws me like a moth to the flame.
A moth to the flame. Sophia the flame. I think I'll use that at the auction block.
How can you eat in the presence of such a beauty?
Easy, I'm hungry.
Well, 60 ducats is a meager price to pay for a beautiful creature like her.
60 ducats.
Well, don't look so surprised. In case you didn't know it, 60 ducats is the maximum legal fee for slaves in Florence.
A legal fee. I've already had an offer of 100 for the girl.
100 ducats? Now, if you really want to make some business, a face like hers could fetch at least 500.
500. Who are you, artist?
My name is Del Monte, Marco Del Monte.
I thought you said you were poor.
Oh, I don't want to buy the girl. I want to paint her.
What are you getting at?
You told me in the marketplace, paint a creature as beautiful as Sophia and you can retire on the proceeds. That's what gave me the idea.
Continue.
A portrait of her by a major artist like myself would fetch at least 500 ducats, if not more. It would only take a few weeks, and we would be that many ducats the richer.
We?
You and I, partners. You provide the subject, you only have to lend it to me for long enough to make the painting, and I provide the portrait, and we divide the proceeds, 50-50. Is it a bargain?
A bargain, but you'll have to work fast. Can you do it in 2 weeks?
2 weeks?
I cannot waste too much time in Florence. I'm due in Pisa with a fresh cargo of slaves.
Very well, then 2 weeks. So the sooner we start, the better.
Not so fast. My men go with you
I've no room for your men in the portrait.
to guard the girl. They keep watch and see that she is returned safely to me each night.
Shall we begin, then, by removing her chains? Gentlemen, I find it quite impossible to paint with people peering over my shoulder. Do you mind doing your guard duty in the street? Your Highness.
Marco, you know the penalty for abduction in Florence?
Sandro, I haven't abducted the lady. I've merely borrowed her. Your Highness, may I present my friend Sandro, the Princess Sophia?
Honored to meet Your Highness.
Yes, I'm afraid the princess is a little angry. She overheard a business transaction between DeSanti and myself.
A what?
Oh, no, Sandro. I persuaded DeSanti to allow me to paint a portrait of Her Highness.
It is most impressive. Half the profits to the merchant, half the profits to the artists. And for Sophia...
And for Sophia, freedom.
Freedom? But how?
Are you mad? For helping a slave escape, you get placed in the stocks. And fined. And banished from the Artists' Guild.
Yes, I know. It sounds bad, doesn't it? Well, I only have 2 weeks to effect this escape. So the problem is how to plot this and to leave myself blameless. Now, it's obviously hopeless to even attempt to buy back her freedom because DeSanti will place too high a price on her. Maybe... What's your home?
Constantinople.
Constantinople. Ships go to Constantinople from Venice all the time.
Yes. The problem is how to raise enough money for her passage. Constantinople. It would take 20 portraits of her to... Well, why not? 20 portraits. Yes. DeSanti need never be the wiser. All I need is a block of wood, the parchments, and a sharp cutting tool.
What for?
Oh, Sandro, to make 20 prints from a woodcut, you blockhead. And with 20 portraits of Sophia, we'll have our passage money in no time.
Not if DeSanti hears about it.
Well, he doesn't have to hear about it. Every man in Florence has been cheated by DeSanti at one time or another, so they'd be only too glad to join with us in trying to dupe him. Now, come on, Sandro, we don't have much time. Run and get the materials.
Right.
And Sophia. Sophia. I'm going to immortalize you. So show me your smile.
Marco, I've decided that this is one of your bad days and I mustn't let your moods upset me. So here I am and let's get on with the painting. Oh, excuse me. And wait until you hear what I'm going to wear for the artist's ball. I'm going to... How did she get here?
I brought her here to paint her portrait.
What about my painting? I said, what about Monte. I hate you.
Angelica! What on earth's the matter with her?
Oh, it's you. What do you want?
To talk to you.
All right. Well, why have you come here? To stand and gawk?
No.
Well, what do you want?
Marco asked me to come.
Sandra? You can just go back to Marco. Tell him to open that back door of his and go and jump in the river.
Oh, now look, Angelica. I know you're angry and Marco knows you're angry, but what we don't know is...
Yes?
Why?
If you don't know that, there's no use my trying to tell you.
If it's because of Sophia, well, why you don't...
I don't have to what? I don't have to pay any attention to her?
Of course not. You know how Marco is.
Yes. I know how Marco is, all right. Why didn't he just leave me to pick pockets in the marketplace where he found me?
Oh, Angelica, that's no way to feel.
The trouble with Marco is, Sandro, he's always trying to save someone. He never stops to think whether they're happier once they're saved. He should stop and think once in a while.
Yes, of course. We should all stop and think. So should you before you go getting jealous of Sophia.
Me? Jealous of...
Oh, hey, Angelica, now. Look, Marco is an artist. And that means that he has, well, a highly developed sense of beauty, you might say.
Yes. Yes, you might.
Exactly. So when he sees a beautiful woman, he just naturally wants to paint her. Same as he would a beautiful sunset. See?
Sandro. There's just one thing wrong with your comparison. He doesn't make love to a sunset!
Angelica! Angelica!
Oh, you.
Oh, Angelica, we miss you. You haven't been near the studio in over a week. Come and have dinner tonight.
Is that female still there?
Sophia? Of course. Oh, but once you get to know her, you'll love her.
You love her. Aren't you Signor De Santi?
Yes, that's right.
May I sit down?
Of course. Sit right here. So, you know me, eh?
Oh, since you brought that beautiful slave girl to Florence, everybody knows you.
Oh, they do they? And what do they know about me?
That you must be a very smart businessman, for one thing.
Oh, you are up to something with talk like that.
No, I'm just curious.
Oh, what would a pretty little pigeon like you be curious about?
Well, why such a smart businessman as you should trust such a prize as Sophia to Marco Del Monte?
Why shouldn't I?
Oh, well, he has such a reputation as a hothead, always denouncing slavery and things like that.
What's that? Del Monte against slavery, are you sure?
Well, he's always shouting about it to anyone who'll listen.
If he has done anything with her, I'll have him drawn and quartered.
No, I didn't mean that he'd do anything. Only that he was just talking.
If he thinks he can help one of De Santi's slaves to escape, he's mistaken.
Oh, but please, I didn't mean it.
Now get out of my way.
Please, come back. I didn't mean that he'd do it. I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, if my father could see this, he would commission dozens for friends in Constantinople.
Oh, I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh, why not?
Because this is the 20th and last print that I shall make from this block.
You're not destroying it after so much work.
But I must, otherwise the prints will have no value.
I suppose you're right.
Marco, Sophia, great news. I found a guide willing to ride with Sophia to Venice.
Well, can he be trusted?
A Republican sympathizer. And better yet, he knows of a ship sailing soon for Constantinople.
Well. When is he leaving?
Saturday night.
But how will I elude De Santi?
Now, Saturday night is the night of the artist's ball. Oh, if only that silly Angelica were here.
I just saw her. She was purple with jealousy.
Purple doesn't suit her. Now, this is my plan, Sophia.
What do you plan, Del Monte?
Huh? Plan? Oh, yes. Yes, we were planning tonight's dinner. Would you like to join us? We were planning sausage alla Ponte Vecchio. Oh, it's magnificent. The sausage forms a bridge over a river of rice.
You have no further use for the slave.
But what about my portrait? It isn't finished yet.
I don't trust you, Del Monte.
You don't trust me? But we made a bargain.
It is not the bargain that worries me. It is the slave. Don't do anything foolish, Del Monte. Like trying to help her escape.
Help a slave escape? Me? And put my reputation at stake, lose my standing with the guild and be fined? Or even put in prison? How dare you suggest that I would do such a thing? I refuse to do business with a man like you. The deal is off.
Now, wait. A bargain is a bargain.
Yes, of course. You're right. Very well, then. By the way, who put the idea into your head that I was trying to help this woman to escape?
A little red-headed pigeon cooed in my ear.
I'm not on speaking terms with any pigeons.
Finish the painting by Saturday night. I will come for this slave then.
Saturday night?
Now, don't worry. You'll be on your way to Venice by then.
I don't like it. He's suspicious.
Yes, I know. Which means we've got to get to work and try and sell these prints.
But the scent has been warned. It's more dangerous now than ever.
Marco,
And in flies a little red-headed pigeon.
I didn't mean to cause trouble.
Helen of Troy's very words after she'd started the Trojan War.
I was jealous, and when I found you here, I felt left out.
Don't you realize you've almost destroyed this girl's chances of freedom? I told you didn't know anything about slavery. If you did, you couldn't have done such a stupid thing.
Marco, how can you speak to her this way? What sort of man are you? She begs for forgiveness. She admits she's wrong. It's not easy for a woman to admit she's wrong.
But she... Oh, Sandro.
Oh, don't drag me into this.
Angelica. Angelica, I am glad that you're back. We're all glad. We do need your help. It may mean risking your life. Now, listen carefully. On Saturday, when the artist's ball is at its height, that's when we'll try.
All right, Marco.
Signor De Santi.
Sandro, have a drink.
Have you seen Marco?
Del Monte, no. Isn't he at the studio?
He left an hour ago to discuss a commission. Sophia's been acting strangely since he left.
Better be all right.
Oh, she's been screaming and weeping and throwing things about since Marco caught her yesterday trying to slip away.
Tried to escape?
Oh, Marco explained that he'd get into trouble if she ran away. He doesn't want any trouble.
Who is with the girl now?
Oh, she's all right. She'll be all right. She's barricaded herself in the kitchen.
Barricaded? You fool!
See them down the street. Now give them a chance to spot you, and then run as fast as your legs can carry you.
There she is! After her!
It worked. We'll have to hurry.
Marco, every night of my life, you shall have a prominent place in my prayers.
Well, pray now. You're not out of Florence yet.
My father will reward you handsomely.
The only reward I want is your freedom. Now hurry. There's still a red-headed pigeon to be rescued.
He's waiting at the next corner.
There she is! Grab her! Oh, steady! Steady, don't harm her! She's worth a lot of money!
Stop this, Andy! Stop!
Trying to help my slave escape, eh, Del Monte? After him, go on! Stop! That's not the slave.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Where is the slave?
In my studio, I suppose, where she should be, waiting for you. Oh, Sandro!
Where is the slave?
The slave! Sandro, what happened? Speak to me.
She hit me with a pot.
Realize the penalty for helping a slave escape.
Now, what has that got to do with me?
You dressed this girl like Sophia just to confuse me.
Certainly not. This is my costume for the artist's ball. I thought if I dressed as Sophia, I'd be sure to win first prize.
This is a conspiracy.
Oh, what's this?
She has bought her freedom for 60 ducats.
Yes, well, that's the legal amount.
Where did she get 60 ducats?
Oh, her modeling fee. Well, it's a guild rule, and I never break...
She would have brought 10 times that sum.
But it's against the laws of Florence. Do you want it to be known all over the city that you indulge in illegal bargaining for your slaves? You might never be allowed to do business here again.
Why, you?
Now, this is your part of the sale, DeSanti. Don't worry. There's still your painting, remember?
I'll take it.
What do you mean, you'll take it? We have a bargain.
The bargain included protecting my slave. You've defaulted. This is mine.
You can't deny me my share.
Your share, Del Monte, is the gift of your life. At least this should be worth something. The only portrait of the most beautiful slave ever to enter Florence.
I'm very much afraid that Master DeSanti is in for a rude surprise.
Well, you two can stand about laughing if you like. I'm certainly not going to waste this costume. I'm going to the artist's ball.
Just a minute, my little red-headed pigeon. If you're going to try and copy a slave, I'd like you to look authentic, at least. Now. There.
Marco! Marco, that hurts!
Now you know what it means to be a slave. Come on.